just showing off the jacket, I know.
No, but what a nice jacket it is.
I love that audience. I just wondered if I could take them with me everywhere I go for the next few months.
No, they're ours. You can't have them.
Yeah, ours for a while. What do they call that design on the jacket like that? Anything particular?
I don't know.
Just a Western look?
Just some little something I told him to put on there. You know, I didn't want it plain. So he figured out. He sure did cost a lot.
Oh, did he? These things are so expensive. You see
but
why?
It's all hand stitched, you know.
Yeah. Well, you always look nice.
Yes.
You really do.
Well, aren't you?
Are you fashion conscious? Thank you. Are you fashion conscious? I mean, most men are not.
It depends. If it's in the morning when I first get up, no.
No.
So today, when you're selecting this jacket to wear on this show, had you narrowed it down to a choice of like half a dozen, or you said, nah, I'll wear this?
About a month ago, I decided this is what I would wear. As soon as I found out, well,
a month.
Actually, I didn't know that I was going to be on here a month ago, did I? No. But no, it's. I don't know. It's just whatever comes up front, you know, and center and all.
Yeah, well, clothing is a big part of country music.
Hey, it sure is nice to be able to come out here and visit with y'all again. I haven't been on here for.
Thank you.
God, it's been about 5 months, 4 or 5 months.
It hasn't been 5 months, has it?
It was July.
Whoa.
That's a long time.
Well, you know, in the introduction, Charlie was talking about how versatile you are. You can do everything. Yes. Well, this weekend on Grand Ole Opry, you're hosting the televised portion, and this is a celebration, isn't it, for Bill Monroe?
Yes, it is. It's either 50 or 55 years. I think it's 55.
55 years on the Grand Ole Opry.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, what do you have planned? Anything that you can tell
I don't know. They're working something up. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think Bill is a little bit on the nervous side. I asked him I saw him a few days ago, and I said, Bill, are you prepared for your 55th anniversary? And he said, no, but I better get that way, hadn't I? So I don't know what they've got going for them, but chances are it's going to be a lot of fun. Connie Smith is going to be on the show, and Joe Diffie, I think, is on the show.
Wonderful.
Well, I have to ask you, and I've never asked any host of the Grand Ole Opry about this. I guess I should have by now. But it's such and I know it's planned, but it's also such an impromptu show. Is it a difficult thing to host?
No, not really. After a while, you know exactly where you are all the time, and you know who you're introducing and all. The thing that bothers me is I always like to say something, a little bit different about the artists that are on, and you start digging, and looking for things, because they've been on the opera, and they've been introduced around the world, most of them, and you wonder, how and what to say about them. So I always try to do that, but then I always try to get off on time, which is hard to do.
Oh, I know, especially with a show like that, because, as you mentioned, it's kind of loose up there on stage, because it is a radio show.
That's true. There's a lot of people on this week.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be strong. I know you just got back into town from out west. Yeah. You were at the Heritage Museum, is that right?
Yes, the Western Heritage Museum.
Heritage,
the Gene Autry Western Heritage Museum is unreal. If you like the Old West, if you love the Western movies, and if you grew up like I did, whenever you could take a dime and go to the movie and buy a box of popcorn, and a Coke and watch Gene Autry and Roy Rogers and all of them, then you still love the Old West. And what the Western Heritage Museum is, it's about the Old West. And there was a lot of the singing cowboys. I got in there early Tuesday and went into the place where they were having the show and the auditorium. And he was there, sitting down in a chair, just watching everybody as they were putting up all the decorations and putting out all of the things that they were going to give. They had a silent auction as well as a Donald O'Connor, excuse me. He had one of his antique cars, and they auctioned it off. I forget how much it brought. A lot of money.
Well, any of the other Western heroes show up?
Well, Monty Hale was there. Yeah, the Lone Ranger. In fact, they honored the Lone Ranger.
Really?
Yes, Clifton Moore, and that's Clayton Moore.
Clayton Moore, yeah.
It's so nice, and he made his little speech, and at the end of it, he come out right back, he walked away from the microphone, then he came back again, and he said, "Hi-yo, Silver!" Away! Everybody just stood up, and it was great.
That's a magic moment.
But it's always, that's really a great museum. If you ever get a chance to get out there.
It's wonderful.
But we've got museums, too, here that are wonderful, and I should say something about that.
Speaking of magic moments, coming up, I guess in several months, you're going to be grandfather of triplets. I know it's happening soon.
They're due the 1st of February, but it looks like we're going to have 3 of them for Christmas.
Oh,
really?
man.
So
that'll be
at
so
this time,
nice.
I think the doctor says that the gravity will take will take over.
I think it will. I think it will. You have to bring them on.
Yes.
After they're born and they're all doing okay, you have to bring them on.
Will I bring them out here?
Oh, sure. We would
Well,
love
I'll
it.
just take some pictures before, you know.
Okay, all right. Well, folks, we're going to have more hit music from Mr. Jim Ed Brown. When we come back, we're going to take a break, though.